10:30 in the morning, and I've got a Boston butt and baby back ribs marinating here that I marinated overnight, and we're going to put these on the grill for about 6 hours, maybe 6.5 hours at the most. But I'm going to wrap the ribs in foil after a while to slow down the cooking of the outside. But I want that butt tender enough that when I put the meat fork in there and try to pick it up, the fork should come right up through the meat. Now, I got a rub on here and a marinade. They've been marinating overnight. And the rub is usually mostly just salt and pepper, paprika, onion, and garlic, and a few little secret spices, but you should really learn to develop your own. Otherwise, you end up paying $10 for somebody's little bottle of rub, which, like I say, is probably more than half salt and pepper. Anyway, let's take a closer look at these. I've got the fire up and running outside. We're going to cook these at about 225, and I'm not going to let it get any warmer than that because they'll cook too fast and they'll cook too much on the outside. The old saying is low and slow, and believe me, keeping that smoker down to about 2 1/4 isn't easy. You got to keep a close eye on it. So before we go and take a look at the fire, let's take a little closer look at the ribs and the Boston butt. Now here's our meat, and as you can see, I used a mustard marinade on the baby back ribs. That's what we call Carolina style barbecue. Otherwise, I'm doing the Boston butt with a different marinade under it, and the same rub's gone on both the ribs and the Boston butt. And they're ready to go on the grill now. We definitely are up to running out there. Hey, look at that fire. I've got some briquettes under there, but I'm cooking the rest of the way with pecan wood. Now, fruit woods and nut woods yield the best results. Fruit woods give you a little sweeter flavor, but I get all this pecan free from my own trees. So I should have enough heat now to close up the smoker and check the temperature. Alright, we're right at 2 1/4 right now, so I can put the meat on, but the grill's going to want to run up to 350, maybe even 400 or 500, which is why I cut some of the wood pieces a lot larger. It makes them burn slower and longer. Like I say, it's the most important thing is to control that heat, watch that temperature dial. Now, the butt being the thickest, I'm going to put that closer to the heat source because it can withstand more of the higher temperature where it comes in. The ribs are going to be put a little further away, and they'll be turned several times before I wrap them in foil. Now, let's get a close-up of this meat before it starts cooking. This is what it looks like raw. And we're going to have a gorgeous crust developed on here eventually that's going to seal in all the juices. But we're going to go maybe 6.5 hours. So it's going to be about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I come back out here to take the meat off. Now you can see I've got the perfect temperature. This is just what I want, about 2 1/4. I got the oxygen cut way down, and I got the damper closed here almost completely. You really have to keep a close eye on this, especially when you reload the firebox, because it'll take 2 additional loads of fuel to cook this for 6.5 hours. And then we'll have perfect deep south barbecue just in time for the Packers to beat the Falcons. Or for whatever your favorite team is to win their game. Now, here's our Boston butt and our carefully wrapped ribs. Now that butt looks a little dark, but you watch. When I pick that up and cut that open, it's all juicy inside because we've cut it. We've got a shell around it. Now I've cut into it a little bit to take a little taste. And that's how I can tell it's done. Start with the butt. And as you can see, it's falling apart done. In fact, I don't even have to cut it. All I gotta do is pull on it a little. Now look at that beautiful color inside. Look at the juice just running out of there. That's what we want to see. That penetration by the smoke goes in at least 1/4 inch. Then there's a fat slab on the bottom. Look at how juicy that is. This is not dried out at all. This is ready to make pulled pork. You could probably cook this for another hour, but I think you want to wrap it if you did. Now, let's just quickly take a look at some ribs here. Ribs being thinner, it's easy to overcook them. And you want to remember to keep them away from the firebox at the other end of your grill. Look at that. Now, some people say they shouldn't come apart that easily. Look at that. That's after 4 hours. I could not ask for a more perfectly cooked baby back rib myself. The judges, they say they want that meat to have to bite it off the bone. But as you can see, oh my gosh. That isn't the most perfect set of ribs I've ever had. Guy Fieri and Adam Richmond, eat your hearts out. All right, the meat is ready. We're going to be serving this with black beans in chipotle sauce, homemade potato salad, and a little humble pie for those Atlanta Falcons fans. And since it's going to be dark when the game starts, Jefferil is out here right now. The cooking is finished. Take a look at these ribs once. You can't buy them better than this at any of these franchise places. I got it down here. Oh, I love my job. Can you believe this though? Look at these baby back ribs. After 4.5 hours, they're just falling apart done. Sweet, and don't need any barbecue sauce. The marinade and rubs have done their jobs. So while I taste a sample, let's hear from the band and watch for the next episode of Jefferil. I wonder what I should cook when the Packers beat those Bears. Doesn't get any better than that.
You know, shooting this in front of a busy highway isn't real easy.